The way our semester started and ended was a very beautiful cycle indeed. The caterpillar asking Alice, "Who are you?" I think we all were at times the caterpillar, at times Alice. I, for one, definitely felt like I can't really say who I am. I changed so much from week to week. And we had the privilege of a safe and steady environment, unlike poor Alice with Wonderland, with entirely new social and world order. In life, changes like that obviously happen much slower, but nevertheless, very noticeably. If we think back at our childhood or even teenage selves, we'll only remember, furthermore agree with, vaguely what was on our minds, what issues were important to us, and why. The question, are we even the same person then, might be fair. To that, the most beautiful explanation I've ever heard was a Buddhist parable. The disciple asks the master, "Master, I was wondering about reincarnation. Will my identity be lost? Will everything I worked for and studied for all these years be gone? Or if I meditate often enough and connect to the spiritual levels, can I continue my existence in my next life?" "Well," said the master, "I can't give you an exact answer, but here is a version of an answer. When you work till late at night at the light of a candle, and then you go to sleep and extinguish it, but the following night you light it again. Is it the same flame, the same light? The candle is the same, the wick is the same, the wax is the same, but will it be the same flame?" Whatever your answer is to this question, that is your answer to your original question. But back to the present existence and Alice. Why is it that she has no trouble admitting that she doesn't really know right now who she is? Yet later on, the same emotion can become deeply traumatic, and we call it an identity crisis. As adults, we are expected to be consistent, self-congruent, and well-balanced. Yet the exact pursuit of this makes us ultimately fail to achieve any of the before-mentioned qualities. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just freely say, "Wait a second, take two"? Actually, on a second thought, freely develop an idea completely opposite to the one we had just voiced. In order to have even a shred of chance to do that, we need to go back all the way to our childhood and see how things were then. Maybe we had an overly judgmental mother that made us feel ashamed of our desires and didn't tolerate our mood swings. Or a father that only wanted the best for us, but in reality deemed our interest unworthy, or taught us that success can only be achieved if we are ruthless human beings. Or quite simply, we were forced to cope with too much too early on, because our parents maybe were a little difficult. This phenomenon is called parentification, which is a fancy word for the inability to provide a child with the childhood they need and righteously deserve. The brilliant pediatrician and psychoanalyst Donald Winnicott created the terms false and true selves. Though it sounds bad, there's nothing actually wrong with our false selves either, as long as early on in life we had the opportunity to be our unfiltered selves, have irrational anger attacks, be moody, sometimes even mean, yet our parents were looking at us the most favorable ways, understanding and comforting us to make it all better. I by no means am talking about a spoiled child, but rather a child with a secure sense of self. So later on, our false selves can help us cope with the world and society. But without this, our adult relationships with others and with ourselves are often challenged, and we seek something that we can't even really pinpoint to ourselves either. Studies in psychology combined with psychotherapy can give us a second chance to relive and reevaluate all the less than perfect events from our past, so our self and identity can finally align with our thoughts and emotions, and we can know and befriend the person we are, accepting the ever-changing nature of it all too. Thank you so much for this wonderful semester. Thank you for being my peers. And thank you, Professor, for being our teacher. It was a true growth experience.